What is going on, folks? We are back for Working Title Sports Show, and gotta say, D, after Super Bowl, I was pretty much like this. Folks, let me tell you
There,
something.
hey, Chris,
Go ahead.
Chris, Chris,
Mhm.
check it out, man. Check it out, bro. This is all I gotta say. Look. As you and I, look. We already know. Y'all already know what we
We them boys.
are. Okay,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know what we are, and
yeah.
it's very true that we weren't there, and that we have no room to talk about what happened in what fashion because it's got to suck. Because the thing is, the way all that went down for the 49ers had to suck because you went from being one of the hated crews to all of a sudden everybody was behind you. You can stop the madness
The
because
number one seed. You got
that's what I'm saying.
everything
And
going
here's
in
the
your
thing.
favor.
Y'all were number one the whole season, the entire season, guys. Y'all were number one and undeniable on number one. As much as it pissed off me, I had to respect y'all nasty ass defense. Chris had to sit there and say, white boy can run. Like, yeah, see? And me and him about Brock Purdy. So the thing is, we understand. Look, it to get where y'all got to, it was hard, and y'all fought as hard as you could. And this is just coming from two Cowboys fans.
I prayed for this and it happened.
D, let me tell you something. If folks have been if
Oh,
folks have been following us since the beginning of the season,
it was great.
we look, yes. Oh my god, I felt bad for Chase Young a little bit because I was like, damn, you went from like you left Washington, thank God, you got on a good team, things were going your way, and it's like, damn, Chase Young might get a ring, and it's like, oh damn.
No, see, here's the funny thing. Look, I was like, no, you're not going to be Charles Haley. You're not going to be Charles Haley to run over there, get your ring, like, yeah, instant success. Nah, Chase. Because my dad said something game number 3, 2, maybe when you was out there. My dad said, this nigga, he got all that talent and he ain't doing nothing for the Redskins. I'm like, Dad, blah, 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 woo, woo. Like, I don't care. Even if he get traded, he ain't going to do nothing. He going to be really good and he ain't going to win nothing. I owe my dad $4.50, Chase Young, because you did not live up to that.
I mean, but like the thing of it is, me and D's, like if you observed the NFL season, one of the things that a lot of commentators weren't other than like Nick from First Things First, like him and one other person. I think Colin Coward said it. It's the fact that the negative of the 49ers is if you get up on them or if they keep another team just hanging around, they will lose.
Oh, yes.
They will lose.
In spectacular fact. Look, I won't even say lose. It's more of when you apply the pressure and you clamp down on what they're good on. Mm-hmm. Just as like the whole motor starts skipping, and all of a sudden they can't really attack. They can't. All the attacks they put out there are duds because Kyle Shanahan is like, I don't know, keep drilling in the same spot. Maybe it will break eventually type of offense. And I told y'all that thing has no
I knew shit was going to wall when it got close to halftime. Chiefs kicked the field goal. They were going to get the ball in the second half. And I was like, oh no.
I think
I
think a couple of things. Number one, I think the 49ers, the Chiefs lucked up with Greenway terribly tearing his Achilles.
In the most weirdest way. It's like he ran out to the field. I think he tripped over his leg.
He didn't trip over his leg. He was doing calf bounces, got out there, boom, 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 and you see the whole calf kind of, you see the snap in his arm.
Is it the turf that does that shit?
We have talked about this, Chris. We have talked about this. It's either going to be turf, the way the athlete is, or the gods are cruel.
Clearly the gods were cruel because I was sitting there like, the fuck happened?
Situation. What happened to Greenway, your defensive motor, that going out did a lot of that. But did you notice one other thing? I was telling you, like right at halftime, I looked at you like, that's the third person out. 49ers ain't got no. The men were dropping during the Super Bowl. And it's so weird because everybody had this notion that because this was the driving force, at least people believe this was the driving force of the Chiefs winning a Super Bowl. They believe the NFL was scripting everything. Like everything had to end
Like we
perfectly.
thought Travis was going to get on
or
one
else.
knee at the fucking ceremony and propose and shit, which he didn't. Thank God.
Thank God. He learned from John Cena. That ain't a good idea.
I mean, but like I think what it was is, and this is where it got interesting.
People thought it was like people say this, like it's bad enough that people think it's script, Chris. But then you have what, like 6 injuries? People think, look, they ain't hurt. They ain't hurt. That's the NFL trying to do this.
I think what was interesting about the game was like NFL games turn into a tactical sort of like mental warfare depending on how close the game is. And when it got close to when it went into overtime, that's where the mental warfare kind of kicks in, because it's a thing of, okay, depending on which team you're playing, it's either do you want to give that other team the advantage by giving them the ball first, or do you want to get the ball first so you can get first blood and win the game? And the 49ers, to their credit, I get why they wanted to get the ball first, because they do have an offense that's great. The problem is, hey, 49ers, why did you stop running Christian McCaffrey? That was your guy that ran you to a win. And it's like the second half, they stopped running him. And I'm like, why? I don't get that.
It was like, okay, here's the thing, period, Chris. The Chiefs were on their toes. They were driven back. They were frustrated. Plays weren't connecting. You see Kratos yelling at not Boldar. You got Kratos over here yelling at one of the elves to fix his axe. And dwarves. I'm sorry, dwarves. But still. But you mean to tell me at that point you would think pressure and all the rest of that. Now Debo went down, but that was like what, for like just a
2 plays and that was it.
He was out for like a series. Yeah. So I was like, yo, Debo's out. That's a good chunk of your offensive spark. But then why did they stop running? And I was like, right before I left the party, I told you, why are they not running? Why do you have Christian McCaffrey, who is the MVP? Well, he was an MVP candidate. Why in the world are you not running that man to death? You in the Super Bowl. I could give any other time it is to apply that type of pressure, I think it'd be now. I don't get it, man. It was so weird to me. And then when it finally got to the point where, okay, you get the ball, and I was like, don't go 4 and out. Don't you dare get 4 and out.
Oh, they went 4 and out.
Score, so Pat has to score.
And
better.
And to the Chiefs' defense credit, because look, the Chiefs being in the Super Bowl was 100% because of the defense. The offense did enough, but it was the defense that put them in that position to go to the Super Bowl. And that series where they finally got pressure on Brock Purdy, he just threw the ball in the end zone. I was like, oh, this is over. This is over.
Yeah, it was right at the beginning of the third quarter. It was like they're locking down. Brock's windows are closing faster and faster. Even if he's not getting hurried out, it's like he still has.
First half, that nigga had like 15 minutes in the damn pocket. I'm like, is anybody going to touch him? What's going on here?
And all of a sudden, when that defensive pressure started showing up and he started getting hurried out the pocket, and not even hurried to the point where he starts running the ball, which was the thing I thought he would have started doing. I thought he would have started running a lot more. They didn't do none of that. Kyle Shanahan got backed into that weird corner that everybody gets backed into while playing freaking Madden and didn't get out of it. It's shocking how they didn't respond back the way they should.
And the Chiefs in overtime, that was just, you could not have scripted that any fucking better. Pat running that team down there. Like, it was, the play of the game was really, it was 4th down, and Pat, I think it was like a screenplay where he boosted off to the right, and he had 2 opportunities where he could dish the ball and Kelsey would have got the first down, but he managed to run the ball through and got like 15, 20 yards out. I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
it was actually that 20-yard burst. Not 20, it wasn't 20 yards. It was because it was almost 20 yards because he got back then where and we just jetted out that bitch. I was listening to that on the way home on the radio. There was a traffic jam right before in the middle of Silver Spring when you get out of Silver Spring. But anyway, I was listening to that point. I was like, they better get this motherfucker. You hearing him dart right up the middle. I'm like, come on.
And then he did it again. And I'm like, and he got to the red. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my God.
I mean, look, to the 49ers credit, they did everything they could because they did everything they could in that situation because when they got down to the line, when they got down to the goal line, I was thinking to myself, okay, 4 and out, you won the game. 4 and out, you won
because they kicked a field goal and they were up, which if you know which is the most ironic of ironic because the Bills crying about the overtime rules is the reason why we got the new overtime rules. So congratulations, Bills. You basically gifted the Chiefs a fucking Super Bowl win because of that.
And it goes back into D's theory that if people think the NFL is scripted, they're going to see this is the plot line made for Josh Allen. Speaking of which, man, this season has made it very clear on how I feel about a lot of people and how people feel about us. And it was like the Cowboys we got so much unnecessary FUs from people, man.
I mean, my thing has always been I'd rather lose in the playoffs than lose in the Super Bowl 3 times because the 49ers are literally the Buffalo Bills of our era at this point.
No. We're not. We're no. I assumed if we had 3 chances, we'll win 1. But
3 chances, and you Jimmy Garoppolo, you didn't get it. Cap, you didn't get it, and then now Purdy, you didn't get it, and then you fight. Breaking news: they fire Steve Wilkes, the defensive coordinator. Which I'm like, all right, that's a choice, but sure.
That's a choice. And look, here's the thing. That I think what's really sad, I won't say sad, but it's going to be messed up for the 49ers, is that it's going to be an up-here battle from here on out. Yeah, we can laugh at this all the way. Look at him.
Oh, because everybody got data on the 49ers now. Usually after the Super Bowl, people got data, but it's weird with the Chiefs because both of us said it. It feels like the Chiefs operate on a difficulty slider of how can we win the Super Bowl to get to the Super Bowl this time? It's like, hey,
but here's the thing.
Pat is that dude. He's that guy. I'm sorry. He just is that guy.
Hey, Chris, I was actually going to disagree with you with that. And then I'm sitting in the car hearing that comeback and going, you got to be fucking kidding me. You mean to tell me that's that was 3rd down and they got out of it because Pat ran. Then he runs again, like you said, and then one last chance gets this motherfucker in the corner.
Open. D, I want to paint a picture here. I was downstairs. No, I went upstairs, right? And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Eris comes up the stairs from downstairs because he had finished editing our video that we did. And he came upstairs, and I was like, Eris, I think the Chiefs might win the game. He's like, get the hell out of here. And we're watching it, and that fucking play that got the touchdown, I was like, that dude was wide fucking open. I was like, are you serious?
Dog, he went in there unchecked.
And I'm looking at it, and I was like, somebody must have missed their assignment on that because there's no way. Because at worst, Pat would have tried to run it in from there.
Mm-hmm.
But at least you would have stopped them, right? So that would have been all right, they got 2 more downs before they can get something. We got to clamp this shit down. But it's somebody missed their assignment on that. That's really what it was.
Definitely missed their assignment on it, yeah. And the 49, here's the thing. I like how people was like, well, that rule confuses about overtime. I'm like, the whole stadium heard what it was.
I'm sorry, if you're
an
NFL player,
should have been brainstorming.
If you're an NFL player, why would you admit that you didn't know the overtime rules?
And you know what? That's the worst part about it. Because if you mean to tell me you did, if you knew that was the consequences, that means not only can I say that y'all that means that it upgrades from losing in the Super Bowl to
You blew it. You had it all and you blew it.
like I like to think they can score 7 and the Chiefs don't win it.
No,
I would like
even if in their head they thought if they score a touchdown, they had to stop the other team. It's like, no, if you score a touchdown, you win the game. It's just when you kick that field goal, you can't like it's just to me, if I'm looking at the 49ers, I think Steve Wilkes getting fired, I felt they put too much pressure on him to be the guy like, all right, Steve, you're gonna have to your defense is gonna have to do stuff. And I'm like, but like
his defense is one of the main reasons why y'all got there.
True, but at the same time, it's like that's Pat Mahomes. Like that's kind of a hard task to have him do, especially when you saw what they did in the second half. And I'm like, probably wasn't the
smart. Perk that man up.
Which is ironic because you know what's crazy. So
what's great is we get to continue to say this. You guys haven't won. You guys haven't won a Super Bowl as long as we haven't won the Super Bowl. Think about it.
And look, I don't want to hear no.
Think about it.
Oh, but we recently went to the Super Bowl. Nah, bro.
And you've been there how many times?
Going to the Super Bowl is not winning the Super Bowl, so I don't want to hear at least we've been to.
I don't want to hear that either. And then during the before the Super Bowl and during the Super Bowl, me and Chris been telling you about Brock Purdy all season.
Now everybody is seeing what I have seen for the last couple years.
Stop putting when they stopped running McCaffrey and they were like, all right, Purdy, you're gonna be throwing the ball. I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
I want to lose the game.
The picture was give it to McCaffrey and just profit. That's it. That's all you had to do.
I remember the episode of Hey, don't ask questions. I remember this episode of Hey Arnold where it was the dude, the coach whose son was the star basketball player, and he kept on saying, "We're going to give it to Tucker."
Like he's right.
Why did you not give the ball to Tucker? No, we're going to give it to Arnold, who's doing the old Rick Barry shit. No.
It's like you don't take chances like that. Why are you doing that to yourself? It's like, come on, bro.
They like the 49ers. Again, 49ers had every opportunity to win this. I don't feel bad for them at all. Don't care. Like, don't like, hey, sorry for your loss, bro. Really, that's all
my thing is this. Like, on top of that, though,
it's been delicious for D. It's been delicious for D to run around that muck of your loss.
The cherry on top is this. Lamar Jackson won MVP. Congratulations to him. People going to be on his ass next season. To be fair, I did love the fact that right behind him, Dak Prescott, deservedly so. Like if it wasn't going to be Lamar, it was going to be Dak. So it was kind of interesting. Like, oh, Dak actually. I mean, and what the disparity of votes was clearly big between Lamar and Dak, but Dak was still like behind him.
As it should have been. I didn't think Dak earned enough to, in no regard, to be better than Lamar, especially when you see the outcome of how the Ravens did much better than the Cowboys. And if you want to melt it down to that stupid thing of how far you get in the playoffs make you how elite you are. Yeah, sure. But even if I take that out, I thought he had a much better season than Dak. What Dak did was just like a complete turnaround of what he was.
He did what he said he was going to do. He was like, hey, I'm going to lessen my interceptions and I'm going to improve. And I'm like, shit, he did. Fuck.
I don't know. Like, the question is, and somebody asked me this question. It's a good question. How much is that accredited to Mike McCarthy? And I'm like, that's hard to tell because because as soon as Kellen Moore left, you saw that there was a bit of a philosophical difference in the two. When he was running with Jason Garrett had him doing the same crap that Kellen Moore had him doing, airing out on niggas unnecessarily and all the rest of that. So
yeah,
it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say if Mike McCarthy had it, but if he had it, it would have been changed about a year ago prior. But this season, just the rate of touchdowns, the fact that CeeDee Lamb, from the Cowboys' perspective, had a historical year. You know what I mean? And I say perspective by our records, he had a historical year.
Yeah.
But so like that was nice, man. But Lamar, by and far, everybody wanted him to win the MVP. I did because it would have been it was a nice FU to people who really think he's still basic.
Especially some of the other teams that when he was after the draft, a lot of the teams passed over him like, whatever, he ain't shit. And it's like, oh, they're looking real stupid right now.
Yeah, he's just another Michael Vick type player. We don't need him.
Yeah.
But one more thing. We gotta put it at this. This is the most diabolical motherfucker that has ever
habitual line crosser.
If I look, and I don't want to hear from all. I don't call you a simp for this. I don't call Swiss Beast a simp because that's his wife. I call the rest of you niggas simps who go, I don't know, man. I let my lady shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear from you. All right. Swiss saying it, I can keep that. Look, that's his wife. He can say that. That ain't yours. And you over there, I think it's all good if it shut up.
No,
shut
it's just
up.
it's like this. I think, look, I love the halftime show. I appreciate, you know what? I think what came out of it was like when everybody was like, man, that halftime show was good. And then you find out that Little John was the one that actually orchestrated that set up that whole halftime show from beginning, middle, end. And I was like, well, Little John is a DJ, so that tracks on why.
I don't even think a DJ. I said, well, yeah.
It tracks.
Little John has really grown behind the scenes to the point where people don't know what he really does. I will say this out of all the years, I was telling this to Eris, out of all the years I was watching the Super Bowl, it hit me a few years ago how big the halftime show is to the Super Bowl itself. And I was saying, like, and I, especially when it comes to Eris, I got to tell him, take Michael Jackson out of it. Look how much money and eyes it draws onto it. And as much as I really don't care for what's going on, you got to make it as big of a show as possible and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? I should put on a show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, we got 4 years. Roy Wood Jr. has a joke that you can find on Twitter, but he was like, it's amazing that we have 4 years in a row of black ass Super Bowl halftime shows. And it's really like, so when's the other half? When's the other shoe going to drop and we're going to get like a white ass, mediocre ass Super Bowl next year?
What's going to happen? Black people have been Bogart. Like, I tell this to black folk all the time when it comes to certain things. We can't keep Bogart and shit because white people want to rebound in the worst way possible.
My dude from the Dukes of Hazzard is already pissed that Beyonce's doing a country album. I'm like, bro, just go to pop culture conventions and just fucking sign autographs. Like, what are we doing here, bro?
Babyface, look. I think her dog is going to go much like Babyface doing a country album. You're not going to care. Nobody should care.
Everybody's going to overhype it. I think, put it this way, I think it will be overhyped. I would say this. I think it will be a decent album. I'm not going to say it's going to be terrible. I think it'll be a decent album, but as with any fan base, people are going to overhype it way more than what it should be.
I don't care because I think that's because I don't like country music at all. But the country music.
What? You don't listen to country music?
I hate country music. Country music's the same old thing.
Well, you don't listen to some of the, old boy from Hootie and the Blowfish country album. It's actually pretty good.
Chris, shut up.
Hey, look, I gotta find a connection somehow because I'm not listening to fucking Cowboy Troy. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. No, but like to me, I don't like none of the country that's out here is terrible. The country I like is the country where I can hear the Confederate flags in the background waving. That's the best country.
So Randy Travis.
No. Confederate flags. Hold on, Eris. Confederate flags. Eris and Chris. Confederate flags waving on a NASCAR track. Hold on.
Oh, you're going that way.
On a NASCAR track in 1978. I'm talking Merle Haggard, nigga.
Oh, wow. I was about to say Hank Williams.
That kind of jump. That's the country I like. Outlaw country. Hanging nigga country. to me, it had the best singing because look, you ever hear one of them songs where the wife leaves him and he's all your heart's still alone, and you actually listen to the lyrics it's like this. It's a beautiful song.
Hey,
All the new
look,
country, it's the same thing.
I don't
We
know,
Christian, we got pickup trucks. Let's dance.
Chris,
Let's dance barefoot.
First off, sir, that's Carrie Underwood. All right, if you're going Christian.
No, that's all of them, man. Well, I got me a lot. I got me a truck, get a big old, a big old truck.
I mean, look.
On the country way.
I'll mess with some Hank Williams. All right, if
see, you like it, don't you? Hank Williams is cone music. Get him.
And yet it keeps you safe when you drive through those sundown towns. So
don't do that. You know about
Hank Williams, boy.
You're gonna get that one country. You're gonna get that one dude that's gonna be offended. You better turn off the good name of Hank Williams right now. Don't you muddy your Negro ears.
Besmirch.
Listen, don't you besmirch that man's name by letting your Negro ears hear his lovely voice.
Look, I've driven through some sundown towns and
look. I told you that when I went out to South Carolina. Yeah, boy, South still much to South down here,
bro. Look. I drove to Robbins, North Carolina, and I was like, damn, nothing changed.
If you come down, like my thing is this: if you go to North Carolina, if you go down and start down, you won't see it when you get in North Carolina. When you see a big old, actually, I think anywhere in the country where you see a billboard that tell people that they're going to hell, that's when you know that country.
Anyway, I mean, but it was interesting too. Just like I did enjoy Romo's commentary during the Super Bowl was fun because it was like you slowly saw him realizing, 49ers need to go ahead and pick it up because, and Romo, him being a former quarterback, he already sees. It's like he sees the future.
Boy, it was so funny. That freaked Eris out for 2 seconds when right before when Romo's the second Romo's yellow lines, like he's right there, he right there, he about to come in. They're gonna come in for both ends, and what happened? Like I told you, nigga, boy, they got this, like they got Brock.
Eris is like, Brock. What? It's like, no, that's just what Romo does. He's a quarterback.
And I was telling Eris how it is. Like it's basically one is faking, the other one's coming in, the other one's gonna blitz.
It's sick when you see it. Like, and I gotta imagine, like when Brock called that timeout, right? He saw it, right? And I was laughing because Romo was like, "Yeah, you might want to call that timeout because they were about to get your ass." Because that was an interception.
When you have the whole nickel, like the thing I liked about it, they were in the, I think it was like the 5. They were in the 5-2, two linebackers, all 5 on the front, and you saw the secondary, the way they were crouched in, bloom, bloom, bloom. I was like, you better no.
Time out.
Two of them, I'm gonna tell you right now, 2 of them niggas are faking. One's coming at you screaming. You better hit time out. I was like, you don't know, and in those situations, they did that to him like several times in the third quarter too, where they was hiding what they were like. The defense clamped down when they needed to, man. The 49ers didn't have a chance.
Yeah, and
the 49ers didn't have a chance.
NFL season is over, but the UFL season is about to start.
Yes, it is.
Spring football is coming up, and that's going to be, you know what? Spring football is going to be fun. I'm going to definitely try to go to a Washington Defenders game for sure.
I want to try to, like last season, I'll admit, I was into like the first 2 weeks of the XFL, and I kind of dropped out and stopped watching at the time. I want to actually watch all through this season to actually really keep up with it, man. I was really mad at that because I was actually really interested in how the DC Defenders went that year, and not the Brahmas, the team that won. I was saying the Brahmas. Why the fuck I'm saying the Brahmas? It was Birmingham. It was Birmingham.
Birmingham won. Yeah.
No, Birmingham won in the USFL, I think.
Yeah.
I forgot. Whatever. I know it was I don't know. Fuck it.
But I know the champions. I know the champions from both leagues are going to face off. I think at the start of the UFL season.
Yes,
That's like the big ratings grab right there, like the two champions facing off, you know. But this UFL season is going to be interesting to watch and stuff with the additional teams that they got. So I'm very excited on what's going to come of that because yeah, so they got because United Football League is so the XFL conference, UFL conference, USFL conference. Hold up. So how many teams are in?
I'm sorry. This asshole just put something up about Wolverine the X-Men that I'm not going to say right now. All I'm going to say is that person who put that up wants to do this to people right now. So have fun with that person. Anyway, I'm not going into it. I hate that you look. I'm not even going to it after this because I have nothing to say.
I want violence.
You deal with that fight. Speaking of which, I seen the new X-Men trailer. You know, I know this has nothing to do with us sports.
Oh, so that's what it was. So 4 teams came from the FXFL, 3 from the USFL, and each league's Houston-based team merged with their counterparts to create one team. So it's 8 teams total for the UFL. So you have the Birmingham Stallions, the Houston Roughnecks, the Memphis Showboats, and the Michigan Panthers from the USFL conference. And from the XFL conference, you got the Arlington Renegades, DC Defenders, San Antonio Brahmas, and the St. Louis Battlehawks. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting on how that's going to go this season for them and stuff. I mean, like I said, everybody enjoys spring football, and I think that was the big thing that Rock and his partner was saying, like, hey, we want to, you know, bring spring football into this and make this a normal thing, you know, and because people again still love football. It's just, I mean, who doesn't?
Let's get this out the way now because I want to end the show with that. Let's get this out the way about The Rock. He decided to show up,
and
this was one of them, like,
it was the thing that I think you said it best. Ooh. This is something that Vince never would have did, and Trips was like, no, we're going to embrace this shit. We're going to go all in.
I was telling this to my wife that I think the really interesting thing is it's one of the best things that Rock does is being a heel. And even when he came back to fight Cena and Punk, it was like he should be the heel.
Yeah.
But he was hoisted up like he was the company man and he cared and all the rest of that. And his bigger than life persona, a lot of people perceive him as an asshole anyway. And I think a lot of people just think Rock is just a straight up asshole. Like he doesn't care about people, even if he does, and we can't see it or whatever it may be. People have different reasons for hating The Rock. And right now, currently, by what D saw, I saw you do a spine buster. And so, yeah, I don't think you got the cardio for this no more, Rock. And that's not like I don't care what anybody say. He ain't got enough time to get in 3 months. That's insane for him to get back in wrestling shape in 3 months. That would be insane for a man of his age to do that.
Look,
Rock ain't that. Look, Rock looks this good. I don't think he's that athletic. You know,
I mean, even back when he faced Cena and Punk, he was gassing.
He was super
pretty bad.
Like Punk, I gave it to Punk. Punk got to the part where Punk kind of had to carry that nigga, and it was so sad.
Now, here's the thing. What I loved about the conference is how everybody kept saying, Cody, you're going to have to go out here and take a swing at The Rock for all the shit he said. Cody came out there and was throwing out fucking heat to the point that Rock looked at him and slapped him in the face. And like, yo, I love how Punk is so pro Cody. He was like, hey, if somebody slapped me in the face, I'm going to have to punch him in the face too. So I'm just saying.
I like how he said that on the mic, on the loud mic, and Rock paused in the middle of the stage. And Punk saying that, I was laughing. Speaking of which, The Rock showed something very impressive on stage.
Take a look.
They have been memeing that to death. I have a bunch of them. I only picked my favorite one. I just want to pick one for the show. But I have like 12 of them on my phone.
I love how after that whole thing, because Cody basically was like, hey, your daddy and your granddaddy would be fucking disapproving of this whole thing would set off the Rock, right? And I like how Rock and Trips interaction was like, hey, you need to clean that up. And Trips was like, hey, you started it. Hell, you want me to do?
Like, yo, I like how Cody came out. Cody came out next day. He was telling everybody, he said the truth. He was like, if you notice anything, I said nothing disrespectful about his family. I said nothing, but Dusty's this, Dusty's that. Okay, cool. Like I ain't say nothing about it, you know. So the big thing that came out Monday was the best song, and I had a picture of it. I can't find it.
Seth and Cody having their moment.
But yeah, but dirt like there's a like now this was the iconic one because you know that was seconds before he got slapped. Now right behind Cody's shoulder is Seth Rollins. Seth has been lost in all of this, and Drew McIntyre has been ruthless about it as he should because I truly think Drew is going to be the person to take the belt off for Seth. So we're not even going to talk about that situation right now. What I am going to talk about is the fact that Seth came out the very next night saying, hey, I got your back because I'm tired of this bullshit.
But also, he was like, to be fair, I did kind of fucking make this shit happen a little bit. It's on me. It's on me. My bad.
And they set up that whole promo right. He set up the whole promo right. Like, dude, he learned everything he like. I made that monster. So let's not like, come on. I made that monster to be the entitled asshole that he is right now. So that's
like,
me.
I'll own that.
Like, I'll own my little part of it. So you got my back. Now, I'm saying this right now just because I wanted it to be recorded. I do not think this is going to happen, but if it does happen, D said it. I truly think Seth will be there to help. But I think he'll be there to help. Oh, God, I'm going to sound like a fucking mark for saying this. You're going to hear their Shield theme song, and John Moxley's going to be out there to help him. What's
John Moxley's status at AEW?
You know what? I don't know what Mox is doing right now. Just being honest.
I mean, he's part of that. He's part of that.
Last month, he did something last month. Like with AEW, I only watch matches. I don't keep up with storyline at AEW.
But like, he's part of that Manchester Fight Club. Or
he's part of the Blackpool Fighting Club.
Yeah, Blackpool Fight Club shit.
But no, I don't know the last thing he did. To be honest with you, I don't. I say now the reason why I say that is not impossible, but I think it's impossible because I think. If I'm Tony Khan and you're thinking about that, price of the brick went up if you want this dude for a day. But I think WWE has more than enough money to get him for the day.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think because Vince is not there and this is a different setup, because Nick Khan, the good Khan and all this, could probably say, we can coax him. Just use it for the day. But I don't think that'll happen. I think that's a little bit too pie in the sky for something like that to happen. Number 2, Chris, and I think it'd be so ironic. Cody gets on Samoan Spike. Like, no, it's happening again. It's happening again. It's happening again. The Rock is all like, yeah, do it, right? Glass breaks. Stone Cold comes out. No, hold up. It's almost the same way. Like, you see when Solo comes out there to do something, you see Seth comes out there, they get attacked, and you hear Stone Cold go out there. Stone Cold hits a Rock upside the head with a chair or something. Stuns on Roman. Throw on a choke. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I knew it.
I think it was something like that.
So I knew it. Yeah, John signed a 5-year extension, so he's still at AEW.
Yeah. So like I said, if I'm Tony Khan, price of the brick went up, and you want to be cute and have this nigga show up for one day at WrestleMania.
Speaking of which. You had posted something here. So right now, Sasha Banks is coming to AEW.
Oh yeah,
Okada's coming to AEW,
and Will Ospreay.
Now here's the issue. And shout out to our boy Rob. He said it pretty bluntly, and it sucks, but wrestling isn't a nice business. A lot of people will get fucking shoved to the motherfucking side at this point, and I feel bad for Swerve. I because he everybody was like, oh, he gonna get the belt, and now it's like, fuck.
Now here's that. I would think Swerve would still have a chance, but I think Swerve is going to be yo-yoed with that shit.
How you figure?
Because either AEW is going to do the very, very stupid thing, throw the belt on him really, really quick to just shut us all up and do jack shit with him, or they're just going to keep him around the belt talk. And you get it?
He might get fed up after a while. He might get fed up after a while for that.
Yeah, so we don't know how, so I think, and this is not me putting no harm, because I want Swerve to be the champion in AEW.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, I really think Swerve deserves it beyond the point. I think he can actually put eyes on it, at least a different set of eyes that AEW needs on that title. But I don't know how that's going to go.
Okada's going to be big, though.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you use Okada? I know if he came to WWE, he will be used in a certain way, and I can already tell Okada probably says, I still want a belt. I still want to be in contention for shit.
I thought he'd be like Shinsuke, where Shinsuke is like, yo, I'm just chilling, having fun.
Shinsuke is different. Shinsuke was a little bit older, had more bumps in his career and all the rest of that shit. Had to go do had injury differently with him, but hit him differently. So I think Okada. My thing is this, and this is the big concerning thing I always said about Okada. Is he still trying to do 60-minute matches? I think that's the reason why he's done with AEW. I think that's the reason why he's done with New Japan. But you go into AEW, who demand these 5-star type matches. How many of them you going to do before you not get a belt? Before you feel like you just spinning your wheels being the workhorse super wrestler that they're really not going to put a belt on? So are they going to put a belt on them? How they want them to get pushed? Because AEW fans, most of them, not all of them, most of them are fucking retarded, and they have this idea that throw the belt on them and have no storyline to go with it. That's another thing. Hate to say this, is Okada really as marketable in America as you think he is?
Yep.
That's another big thing. And so, now, of course, the bounce back question is like, what of him going to WWE? I think WWE has the better setup for him to succeed. I'm not saying that's the best place for him to go.
Yeah.
I think it's the better setup. I think it's the safer setup. You see what I'm saying? I think it's safer. I think you can get a belt at AEW much easier, and you probably get a chance to be a champion, like a champion over there.
Oh, because you add in the ROH thing, so that opens it up even more.
That too. So, but my thing is this: you're still having the same matches that you left New Japan for. You can stay to New Japan and do the shit they're gonna have you do.
Yeah.
Oh, what you think you gonna go on Ring of Honor? They not have you do 50 false finishes? Same thing with AEW. You think you're not gonna go do that shit? So,
I mean, I'll say this about AEW.
Will Ospreay is going to be the one that's going to have a breeze. There's going to be a breeze to book him, and
he's had fun at AEW. So hey,
they because they ain't did shit with Switchblade. They did look. Daniel Bryan. I know everybody likes his matches. He ain't doing shit.
He's just there.
I know everybody likes his matches, but he's not really doing nothing that anybody's like, oh, hey. He look like, yo,
I love him, bro.
It's like Daniel Bryan pulls out these group matches that just shut y'all up. That's what it feels like to me. Anytime AEW fucks up, hey Daniel, you need to go out there and give 35 minutes, nearly kill yourself, rip something in your body.
This is the ironic part. Though the person that people aren't talking about enough in AEW that is been super consistent, Orange Cassidy.
Cassidy has been
his first run.
Barry Cassidy.
His first.
This is going to push Cassidy back, and it ain't going to be nice, man.
Oh yeah, Blackpool Combat Club is still a thing. They're still chugging along. The thing about Orange Cassidy, his first run with the international belt was dope as shit. Banger matches. Now he got the belt for a second run, and it's actually not bad so far. So far, it's not bad, but I was just like, all right, cool.
But I feel like Orange Cassidy is reaching his limit on what he is, because he's proven he's more than his gimmick, but it's kind of weird.
I mean,
like dog, how long is this gonna last? Because it seems like you just a regular. I hate saying it like that. When you break somebody down, show them they're more than a gimmick. What you find out is they're just a guy, and you'd be upset.
True.
So yeah. But yeah, I think what we're going to get in this WrestleMania is a great setup. It's a really I'm sorry. No, we're done with that. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Mercedes now. Mercedes,
Yeah.
my bad. I don't know how I fucked that up, but Mercedes, number one, if I'm her, give me everything, give me the belt automatically. Now, here's the thing. Outside of Brett, and outside of probably Jamie, do you really think that this is going to redefine women's wrestling the way you think it's going to redefine the Mercedes? Because what D sees it being the same way when Soraya had the freaking belt. You know, same old, same old.
It's all a circle.
Because the women in WWE, I think it's spotty when it comes to the stuff that I think people really, really want it to be. But it's in far better shape than AEW. It's in far better shape, and to the point where the girls either steal the show some nights.
Mm-hmm.
And I have yet to hear that be said in AEW. And even with you on a good night, Sasha, I still doubt I'm going to hear it.
How much of that's going to be consistent, and are you not going to get injured?
What, you really think you're going to have the match that you can get out of Bailey with you and Jamie? No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Because I feel bad.
Break is going to annoy everybody.
Because I feel bad for Willow. Like she, Sasha got injured, so Willow, won the belt and stuff. And I was like, well, Willow is actually not bad for wrestler. I like her enough, but it felt like, okay, Willow's just a placeholder for whoever else gets it.
Back. And that's going to be weird. We're like this is a good moment for us to know about Willow as a wrestler too. As far as where she's going to end up at after all of this shuffle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. New Japan. I mean, look, our boy Ziggler is over in New Japan right now, which I'm like, okay, see what you can do, bro. See what you can do.
I hope so, man. I hope he does nice over there. The only other thing I have to add when it comes to wrestling is the little thing that's going on at Stardom. So if anybody knows what's going on,
ooh man, chaos.
They fired Ogawa. They fired him. They basically kicked him out because they were saying the people Bushi Road were saying that he was trying to start his own promotion while poaching some of the girls. Tony Khan was really behind this, saying that WWE was doing that. He had a secret line to WWE. No, he didn't. Not at all. That was never a thing.
So it was false the whole time.
It so happens that Kari was a freelancer, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm done, and I see what's going on right now with Stardom and all that. I'm out of this joint. I'm going back home." And a lot of the girls inside Stardom are quiet about it, and then Julia came out and started talking like, yeah, they did him dirty. And a lot of the girls behind the stage are really upset. Imagine if John Cena in the middle of his run, and there's something that happened like that. John Cena coming out, yeah, I think the whole council is dirty, this, that, and all. That's basically what happened. Your number one, your face of your company right now saying, yeah, there's a lot of dirty crap going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
In this company, and firing him is exposing a lot of this. And the fun part about it is Tony Khan was celebrating about it. Somebody said, you do realize that he don't like Tony either. So if he makes a new promotion, he's still probably going to be messing with him.
I mean,
it was one of those weird situations where I could really tell that Tony did some coke and became the wrestling mark that he is, and just started tweeting. So
yeah. So D, your boy Lou Hamilton is Team Ferrari now. So
I woke up and I saw something that said breaking news, and at first I saw a meme. It was basically what was it? It was Top Gear. Mm-hmm. Top Gear memes, but they're all in association with what happens in F1.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, who with the Ferrari? And that's when I learned about the news about Lewis going to Ferrari. Dog. So basically,
this feels like a long time coming, honestly.
It really was. Like, he's been with Mercedes for 10 years. And I think it was just that time for him to go. Like, he really wanted, but what I heard, he really wanted a full on ambassador contract from for Mercedes, and they didn't want to give it to him, or at least they didn't want to give him what he wanted.
Yeah.
So Ferrari did. Ferrari signed a deal for $446 million.
He gets like 20 million a year or some shit like that. 10, I think it's like 10 or 20 million a year. That's what it boils down to, basically.
Because it's going to boil down to that, which means terms of reportedly include. Hold on. Well, all right, he turned down a $50 million per season for Ferrari, and the terms agreed to Hamilton reported to include pay packet north of for $87 million for 2025.
Jeez.
With the option to extend to 2026. Now that's just his F1 contract. His contract with Ferrari, his exclusive, that's his parenting contract. That's the one that's for $400 million.
Dear God.
So this nigga's getting that $400 million, and he's gonna get the 87 next season. Not this season, the following season.
That's wow.
Whew.
Wow.
He can retire on that. And
he can retire right now if he wants to.
Yeah, it's historic in the sense because he's doing what a lot of good champions do. Before him, Sebastian Vettel and Mick Schumacher, they both did the same thing, where they went to Ferrari and won a couple of championships. I don't know if Lewis is going to have that same situation. We'll see, because Ferrari is what we call stupid. So their whole team is stupid. I think the first argument, they're like, whoa, calm down, black man. They're going to do that to him. So,
before him is.
Lewis is getting paid a ridiculous sum of money. Oh my God, man. It's big time, man. And you go to see a whole, and it's really big because he's of course he was going to be, but he's the first black driver. God, Jesus. He's the first black driver in any of its motorsport. Any of its motorsport division. Not only that, it ain't like he's just going to be a regular driver. He's going to be the face of the whole motorsport, of Ferrari motorsport. That's gigantic. It's like you basically getting it's like you getting an exclusive deal to Gucci. What if Gucci, it's like if Gucci man actually got a real contract from Gucci? Seriously, it's one of those things where you're the face of the product now. You're going to be the face of the motorsport division. So that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's that's speaking of blockbuster deals, D. So apparently, Warriors and Lakers were talking, and apparently on the table, Klay Thompson and Draymond for LeBron James. That was a conversation, and I'm laughing because
that was not going to happen.
Old boy Josiah, that does the thing for Gil's Arena, he did the shit from Straight Outta Compton when Ice Cube was eating the burger, and he was like, looks very nice. He's like, that was Klay Thompson, this Ice Cube drinking wine, like, tastes pretty good. I guess nothing's wrong. Cool. He was like, yeah, that sounds like that would be Klay right there. Like, really? You going to trade my ass to the fucking Lakers? Really?
Klay ain't got a foot to stand on. He really don't. He been playing like garbage. So, in my opinion, number one, you already got a big contract hoisted around your waist. The secondary thing with that is not only do you got a big contract hoisted around your waist, where do you fit in any of this, and how do you think you have any equivalent to LeBron? LeBron on a bad day is still better than you. So how do you equal that up? Putting on Draymond. What?
I still feel if they had Jordan Poole, it might.
They would have they would at least got a. They would
maybe like no. He give us some trade picks and maybe we can talk. Give us some draft picks and maybe we can talk.
All the draft picks and then we can talk about that. Like, no, I don't see any situation where they thought that was going to work. Come on, man, you can take Clowney too, man. You can take You can take hold of him, man. You can do it, but nah. That won't go.
Oh man, I think it's interesting too this season. With the NBA, Wemby is starting to finally like come out into his own.
Triple double not too long ago. It was
Yeah.
A couple of days ago. Not too bad. And I say not too bad because it shows what
Potential
you can get out of him. You hope you can get something out of him that big and that productive. And they're still trying to work out the kinks for this dude. So we'll see.
You know.
Of course, we're on the weekend of the NBA Finals, the NBA All-Star break. Yeah, and we have our teams.
That's the East and West starting lineup.
Yep, it's the West.
Embiid, you might want to take him out because he's out for the season.
Oh yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He had a
torn meniscus. I had it in front of me.
I don't think this is it.
I don't think that's it. Actually, I think I picked up the wrong dang picture, man.
I was looking at it, I was like, Embiid's out.
Like Embiid's out there, John. Y'all just realized that too. No, Embiid's that was the start. No, it ain't. So for the East is going to be Halliburton, Dame Lillard, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Embiid. But as we know, like I said, Embiid's out. But the bench, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Pablo, Julius Randle. I don't know how he made it. I do not know how Julius Randle made it. Bam Body Adebayo, Trae Young, which, by the way, I love how Trae Young is having a fantastic season and people are hating on him. Love it. And Scotty Barnes. So, yeah. Oh, real quick, the head coach of the East, Doc Rivers, who did a full snake move.
Let me tell you something.
That was snake.
Doc Rivers' tenure with.
Tell me, you was a consultant, and wow.
I've never seen a coach fail upwards in my life. Since he's been on the Bucks are in third place now. They were in solid second behind Boston. They were actually close behind Boston. Now they're in third.
Well, they did their look, man. They're 3 for 7 in their last 10. That's good. That means they got 3 of those games where they figured out.
In Doc Rivers' years, sure, that's actually good. But you didn't do better than it's
Doc Rivers' years,
bro. This if the Milwaukee Bucks regress as the season goes, it's gonna look stupid on that organization for firing the other coach. I don't give a my thing is this. I don't give a fuck if the players were feeling some way about that coach, because that seems like it was less about that coach's ability to coach and more about I guess him not being a player's coach, I guess. But at the same time, it's like that's not the coach's fault that the people on that team can't play defense for shit.
Not at all. And I think really what's the bigger problem with them is that they Doc Rivers changed up the whole philosophy of that team. And a lot of people are really blaming this on Giannis, and I kind of do, only in the sense of he felt like the ball should have went through him more than Dame. And that's what a lot of people are saying. I don't know how much of it is true, but it kind of is coming off that way. So really what they're getting is which makes no sense. And it didn't make no sense to me, because I'm like, well, Giannis, you're bigger than half the court. You can get all your stuff in transition, off of rebounds, off of spurting up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get all your points off of transition. You don't really have to. You don't have to stay back there, and the play goes through you. Yeah. No, you're not. You don't have to be LeBron to put up these beast numbers. And I don't get it. And that was one of the things that happened. Now you're seeing it go through that. Sure, they got Pat Bev over there. He's going to be good on defense, but dog, you essentially told Dame you get the point secondary when the point he should be the first one to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bucket. He's a bucket. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's one thing if you had Jalen Brunson. Like, Jalen, shut the hell up. Give that shit to Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
You have Dame. You don't have to do that. You can. Gilbert said the best thing about this. Dame, what are your 3 sets that you like the most? Okay, I'm gonna do what a good coach does, and I'm gonna try to get Giannis going from your 3. How can I utilize him within that 3? So not only are you shooting good, but when you have an off night, it bounces back to him where he has to step up. And if Giannis is the player that we all seen that he really is, he will benefit off of that shit.
Yep.
But him just going through him, no. God, no, man. That's probably one of the reasons why they're losing right now, man. But yeah, it's weird.
So the skills challenge, I think
hold on.
Kia.
We didn't talk about the West.
Yeah, who's in the West? Who's in the West?
Yeah, the West is Luka, Shea Alexander, KD, LeBron, Joker. The reserves are Booker, Steph, Anthony Edwards, who I wish he was starting, but he
should have started.
He should have been. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Cat, and Anthony Davis. Chris Finch, who's had a decent year as coach for the Timbs. He's the coach for the West. The West seems like they're set. You know what I'm saying? I think this is going to be interesting that it went back to East and West. There's no more picking and all that weird choosing and all that shit. So
basketball rules.
Yeah. So the skills challenge, which we should just get rid of.
The Kia skills challenge.
We get rid of this, man. Like really, man. First off, I got the Pacers winning.
Pacers, team top picks, team all-stars. What the fuck is this shit about? Why is it set up like this?
Because this is the place filler. They can do like 2 different games or 2 different challenges, something different than right here than doing that. But whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, the one thing we all care about, the 3-point contest. This is going to be a little bit fun. Beasley, Brunson, Halliburton. Halliburton's in 2 events. There's and 3 if you count the All-Star game.
Why the fuck is Cat there? Because
Cat can hit threes, and we need one big dude. But I know he's like, but we got Laurie right there, and he can hit threes.
I know.
but yeah, Donovan, Cat, Trey.
That white boy gonna murder them fucking people.
What is that?
That white boy gonna murder him.
Nah, Laurie good at threes, but he ain't gonna be doing that good, man.
I might give it to Trey. I could give it to Trey and Tyrese. Those are the 2 that I'm kind of looking at, but Jalen might be a dark horse for me.
I'm looking at DL. I'm looking at Cat not to lay back in that though. I think he's gonna get a good chunk. I think he's gonna make it to the second round. We're gonna be like, how? But
like, what the hell happened?
I don't want to clown on him too bad because I think Cat is actually going to be the surprise of that one. I think Donovan is going to be the one that's going to miss shit and have no business doing
like,
it.
Why the hell is Donovan there?
I think Jalen is like, I'm not a fan of Jalen Brunson, but the one thing it's shown me, he has a lot of fuck that. I'm gonna make you respect me type of energy that I do appreciate at ballers. Like it's like how I like niggas like me. He's like, you a 79? Like I'm gonna show you a 79, and then this nigga ball out for 45, 15 assists, 6 rebounds.
See that?
My ass, yo, do it again,
right now.
Do it one more time. You ain't that good. But I think Jalen might be a good one. But the dunk contest, of course, the one that everybody always hypes every year. This is interesting. See, outside of Mac, I'm not sure about. I don't know about any of these families.
Jamie Jacquez might be my dark. Jamie Jacquez is my dark horse.
Jacquez, yo. Somebody said it best.
Was Mac the one that won last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. He might get it. He might. That white boy might get it. Well, you don't have Karl Malone helping you with the score this time, so you know. Hey, Karl Malone was like, I want that white boy to win. He gets a 10.
Y'all seen him in.
Hey, don't get it twisted.
Y'all black people seeing that man with a cowboy hat and that 16-wheeler, and y'all just judged him off of that years ago.
But Mac was doing a lot more different dunks than everybody else in that field last year. Yeah. So it's like, all right, we'll see what
I don't expect to be no different than it is this year. My son said something. I said, Jacob Toppin. Wait a minute, Obi had a brother, and we both did the same thing. It was both me and my son at the same time. Yeah, Obi had a brother. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Jaylen Brown seems odd man out to me a little bit.
But why?
Yeah,
That
it's
was
like
what I said on
it's
that.
like Jaylen Brown, really? Not saying he can't do it, but it's like Jaylen.
Like, is that the one you want?
That's a choice. That's a choice. You see the G League event?
No, the G League event will be. No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's like
Here's
G
the funny thing.
League. It's a G
Actually,
League
yesterday I was
next game.
Yesterday I was shopping. D might get a Capital City Go hat or a hoodie. I forgot they were selling them just like
Really?
that. Yeah. Over in Forestville, yeah, little hat store in Forestville where I bought where I bought this junk. Yeah.
Oh,
anybody know? It ain't the head to head. It's not lids. What they call it now? I think it's still head to head over in Forestville, yeah. But they got the best hats. At least the PG area to me, it got the best hat selection. But here's the thing though. I saw that. I was like, I'm gonna get that one day, right? And I was walking out. I tell Angie, I looked at her like this. If they are NBA prices, I'm gonna say no. And she was like, of course she don't know. So why? That's the G League, baby. I am not overpaying for some minor league team. That is not happening. Speaking of which, though, I was in the store and I saw some minor league hats. Them logos be beasts in the minor league for baseball.
Right?
Man. I love them, man. Oh, they had this one called, I think they were called the macros or something. Like it was a fish on it with a little baseball. And I was like, I think I want that one.
Oh, the big one for the weekend. That's the one I was mentioning. 3-point contest between Steph Curry and Sabrina Alonscu. Yeah, and I'm like, that might be interesting.
That might be interesting because I was like, yeah, we're gonna fill time up with. No, I'm not gonna say that Black History joke. I'm not gonna go into it. There's only
New York. Basically, this feels like such a gender battle, low key, that you're gonna see some nigga on fucking Twitter be like, "See, men are better than women." Blah,
you know what? You already know me, man. I hate the gender battle when it comes to the NBA and WNBA.
Oh, you know it's gonna come. Know it's gonna come.
It's like this. I do respect the girls when they have skill to keep up with the men. Here's the thing. Basketball is probably the only sport I could say women can do that, but athleticism is athleticism, and you can't pump that type of testosterone in women unless it's going to be ridiculous, and we already know where that's going to lead to. So I'm not expecting these girls to jump like LeBron. I'm not expecting them to do all this shit, but there's a thing called shooting. Oh, we all even, nigga, and that's what I think women can just some women can just embarrass us.
That's going to be interesting with it. That's why I think that's going to be interesting. Because look, Steph, we already know that motherfucker is like magic with that dude just lobs up a ball and it's like, it goes in, and I'm like,
yeah. Steph changed the whole generation of shooters. The whole generation. My kids don't want to be Jordan. They don't want to be LeBron. They don't want to be Kobe. They want to be Steph. They want to shoot that three.
For better or worse.
They want to look flawless, all that, man. It's so funny. Like I was telling that to my kids, like y'all want to do that. When I was a kid, we all wanted to be Jordan, Kobe, and AI. And you might got somebody that want to be, whomever. But for the most part, you want to be Kobe. You wanted to be Jordan. You wanted to be Iverson, Yankee Bammers, man. This generation of kids, they want to be Braun. I don't blame the kid that don't want to be Braun. The way he just bullies his way down the middle of you want to be LeBron. But real talk, everybody want to hang behind that 3-point line and be Steph, man. So I can't break that. But Sabrina, the word range with her, noise.
That bad. It's that good. That's why I'm like, this could be good.
I hope it's entertaining. That's all I can say. I hope it's entertaining.
So, the celeb game. Figure I might as well mention it. The coach for Team Shannon Sharp, and 50 Cent.
I forgot about the celebrity basketball game. Speaking of which, all I got to say is Mike Epps got me what he said. I ain't calling another grown man Shay, and I have not been able to get that off my mind.
I mean, he has a point. Points are made.
Yeah, points were made. Points were definitely made. Mike Epps, for the first time in a long time, you won the round. Like you won that one anyway. But yeah, go ahead.
So they got.
I don't know who's on the celebrity game. Yeah,
Michael Parsons, Lily Singe, Sir Dylan Wing, Walker Hayes, Quincy Isaiah, Jewel Lloyd, Connor Daly, Kai Sinet, and Anul AA.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, Kai's on who's on Shad's team? Okay, now who on 50's team?
No, 50 Cent's both of them are coaching that team.
Okay, so who's on the other team?
So the other team is Stephen A. Smith, Lil Wayne, and Aja Wilson. Asia Wilson.
Fox Sports and ESPN let that happen.
Apparently.
Okay.
Meta World Peace, Jack Ryan, CJ Stroud, Giancarlo Tamburi, Adam Blackstone, Natasha Cloud, Jennifer Hudson, Tristan Jazz, AJ McClain, and Kwame Onwuachi.
I know Kwame. Yeah, I know who that is.
Got the Backstreet Boy. I forgot AJ McClain can ball. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ McClain can ball.
When you say Jennifer Hudson, okay, girl.
All right,
girl. So, like, here's the thing. Is it Rock and Jock? No.
I wish it was Rock and Jock. Rock and Jock was entertaining.
Rock and Jock, like, I think Rock and Jock, I think we're beyond. I think we as people are beyond seeing celebrities do athletic shit and we being surprised by it.
Yeah, it's like Jaleel White playing ball, and everybody was like, "Oh, Jaleel White can ball."
Yeah,
and it's like,
but
yeah,
now we learned that some of these motherfuckers were really, really good at their craft, like J. Cole. J. Cole, yeah, we could clown him going to Africa playing basketball. You play him.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
probably going to torch you. So you see what I'm saying? They're like I think we are over the fact that
the Dusty Rhodes can play ball methodology. It's like, oh shit, Dusty can ball. Fuck.
But even we look at the accolades, like, dude, Dusty's a fat dude that don't get winded doing 60-minute matches.
Of course, he could go up and down the
court. I think he will be good in some sport, whatever sport it may be. I think he'll be great at it. Just so happen, Dusty, who's already 70% black. Just proved it even more.
Got a good jump shot.
He had a good white boy jump shot back then. Not bad. Like I don't know how that surprises y'all. Like, yeah.
Also got that Magic Johnson layup. Like
see,
layup.
Yeah, that was a little bit sweet. Again, and white people don't get mad at this. Back in the day, we can say this. Not now. Y'all got the internet. Y'all can study us better. But back then. What black people you've been hanging out with for you to know that move? So yeah.
Nowadays it's like Luca, dude. I saw Luca do that interview with fucking what's his face? Duke dude, white boy.
Who?
Fuck. Played for Duke, got his own podcast.
Oh, JJ.
Yeah, JJ Redick. They were doing the podcast, and just the way JJ was like in awe of everything Luca did and stuff, and Luca just looking at him like, it's just normal. It's just normal to Luca. And I'm like, dear God.
Luca's going to be, we already said it, we all said he's the white Kobe. Is he going to be as good as Kobe? That has to be seen.
Yeah.
But he's only
what? He scored 73 last week, bro.
How is he? 20 what? 20 what? 27, 26?
Luca.
Because he's been balling like this since he was 16 years old.
Luca is 24 years old.
I was gonna say he's 24, isn't he?
24 going 35. I mean 24, and he's dude. Because JJ was breaking down. Because you remember last year, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, where they were playing the Knicks, and Luca he purposely missed the free throw, and they got his own rebound and got it in. He was all like celebrating this shit, right? Luca was like, I actually thought we won. That's why I celebrated. Because he thought that they were down by 1, but turns out it was really 2. So him throwing it in there and tied the game up and stuff. So that's why he was all celebrating, like, oh my God. But like the effort that he does when he scores, it's like insane. Again, last week he put 73 up, like it was just nothing.
I feel that Luca,
that is sick.
He's going to be Luca is the next evolution. Is going to be a part of the next evolution of ballers, man. Like we said, the unfortunate tale about Anthony Davis is that he is a unicorn, just like Luca. He just gets broken down so much,
injury prone.
I like the downside of Giannis, who's a unicorn, is that Giannis is getting in his way early, but he already got a ring.
Mm-hmm.
So at least he got that off his back. Luka, I want to know how long it's going to take him to get his ring. And I really don't want to bring up the conversation. We're here 10 years later going, so Luke, that door closing and your knees ain't getting any younger. You know what I mean? I would hate to have that conversation 10 years from now. Like, yo, is Luka done?
But also,
and with no heart, you know what I'm saying? That will be the amazing part. And because I got Luka at the end of the day, he's going to be when they do the top 100 players of all time. Well, we already did the top. We got 75. When he get the top 100 players of all time, 25 years from now, he's going to be in it, and we're going to be seeing where
Joker.
I got him in the top. Look, if he does what half of the crap that I think you and I think he might do, he's going to be in top 20 like easy.
Him and Joker will easily be consistently like top 10, top 20 easily.
Oh yeah. Joker. See, Joker's another unicorn, but I think Joker's a different type of unicorn. I think he was never meant to play basketball. I think he was, you know, what I'm
farmer, and he just happened to be like, oh, he got a good jump shot. Play ball, sir.
Brock Lesnar again. Brock wasn't supposed to be a wrestler.
Supposed to be a farmer, a whole ass farmer,
picking up cows like this, tossing them over.
Somebody saw him, was like, "Hey, you got good range of motion. You want to wrestle? Yeah. Sure." So, hey, you know what though? What you say though, it does track because you look at Joker again after they won the NBA championship. He's like, "I just want to go home and chill and be on the farm."
I just want to chill, man. I just want to chill.
Parade? What is that? No,
like the thing to get me, like I said, once again, the thing to get me is that Joker is not Joker, but Joker. The Joker to me was supposed to play. Feel like he was supposed to play another sport. Just so happened to fell in. But last thing before we go out, we have to talk about it, and we're not lingering on. We already did actually, but now we know more. Brock is now.
Oh, it's official. Yeah,
he's definitely in the. We're going to see you in probably. I don't know how long.
Is it the Hulk Hogan? Well, no, because Hulk Hogan just cut a promo for fucking Royal Rumble, so
I think he's going to be on Hulk Hogan status. It's going to be about 5 years before we hear.
How long was Hulk Hogan kind of sort of excommunicated?
Like 2-3 years.
Okay, because I remember after he did that whole, he said nigger and stuff. WWE was like, we're good, Hulk, and it felt like he was gone longer than that.
I'm just shocked that when you see the beginning of any promo, you used to hear Hogan's voice, and I remember they had to take that down. You used to hear the woo, and they had to take down Rick's voice. Now, WrestleMania, we got to take down Vince. It's,
I mean, and it's like I said, Royal Rumble, they finally let Hulk Hogan do the whole, talking about the Royal Rumble over the years. I'm like, oh shit, I guess they let Hulk back in. All right, cool.
We're
so how deep was Brock in that shit with Vince?
I talked about it briefly. He was in the emails.
Oh shit! So he really see. I thought you were just bullshit. I thought you were bullshit.
The whole part where I say he said, "I want you to pee," and she did. Like,
I thought you were joking. I didn't know that shit was real.
That's actually real. He told her to do that. She did it, and like I said, that response back to me, it told me everything. Bitch, I'm like that turned them on. Oh God, Brock did this, did he?
Oh no,
Brock's a farm kid, so he would ask for some weird sex.
At the same time, is it really a big loss that Brock is gone per se?
Yes and no, because
that's why I say I'm 50-50 on it being a big
Brock is still Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
Brock is still Brock Lesnar. Let's not get that. The one thing I learned about wrestlers, if they're big enough, no one will forget them. And if their music go off, they're going to pop. As much as I think a lot of us, black people included, especially black people, as much as we can't stand it, we'll roll our eyes. But I guarantee you, 15 seconds into it, a good chunk of us are going to be doing this, Chris. I am a real American. Even if we don't like Brock, like fuck this nigga.
Oh, wow! Brock had her flat. Wow.
No, Brock did.
Oh, it did. Wow.
Brock and Ace had her getting flown out.
Oh,
damn. And there are a couple other people that are on that list that we don't know their names and we don't know how much they're involved. But yeah,
I mean, that's whew, that
And
is.
and look, the tough thing is this, and I saw they won't hear this, but if they do, I hope they do in a way. DDT Divas posted a thing like, why are we still celebrating this whole WrestleMania weekend when they're going through a sex trial right now? Though sex trafficking is very, very serious. I'm not going to go into the show go on mentality and try to disrespect that idea. I'm not, because I actually agree with it. There's a mess. There is a mess.
I mean, there's a reason why The Rock. There's a reason
they
why
have no
did.
like you're WWE. You have no choice but to put out all the goodwill you can right now.
I mean, there's a reason.
It is literally opening up. You ain't got no kids, Chris. But you ain't got no kids, Chris. But this is a nightmare for every parent. Finally got that. All right, let's get that diaper. Wow, that is a lot of shit.
Like, there's a reason why, like, during the press conference for Royal Rumble, a couple people were asking questions to Trips about, like, wellness and all that, and Trips gave a very standard PR answer because I think they're still trying to figure out the best course of action through this. But I did appreciate him saying, "Hey, look, we're really trying to figure this out, but we're going to basically make sure that people, are in a good, safe space in a good working environment." That's the aim. It was basic, but it's like, all right, that makes sense. I mean, that's the most you can really say right now.
But WWE went through something, I want to say similar, because there's been so many different controversies that came up. WWE did one thing with what was it? With Hugh Morris when he was down there in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And Hugh has a long track record of abusing the wrestlers. That was one thing when Triple H got down there, he changed that cult. Like, nah, Hugh, I'm tired of this. It
could be an asshole. Jesus
Christ. Get out of here. You're not helping nobody. You're not making and somebody put it out there. There's a chunk of the younger millennial wrestlers that try to go into WWE that we never heard of because Hugh Morris beat it out of them or sexually assaulted it out of them or straight up emasculated them to the point where they don't even want to wrestle no more.
Yeah.
And I believe there needs to be discipline and everything. Yeah, when it comes to stuff, there needs to be a no nonsense time, especially in sports. As much as I disagree with parents being hard on their kids with certain things, I think I'd agree with it. In sports, you got to lay down the law. Fuck you, no, you're gonna lose. Deal with it. Type of not mentality, but tell you that that happens. Now as a coach, I have to tell you how to deal with that. Or when it comes to wrestling, this is a tough business. And I know it hurts. I know you hurt. Sit down, take your time. But you know what? I don't need you doing that right now. I need you to stay on point so I can make you better. There's being that, and then there's you just, cruel. Pussy's tired. You can run me more laps. You bigger than the whole outside. Don't do that.
You want to shut
what I mean? Like, I believe Chris, we're from that generation. I do believe. Shut the fuck up. Run a lap. You know what I mean? I believe in that. But then there's you throwing up. You're done throwing up. Good. Now keep running.
Really?
Chill. You're gonna. Yeah, I'm not done with that whole thing about Japanese. Oh, guys, see you that, man. It's from baseball doesn't exist. Japanese baseball. Woo!
But there's also this
dropping and dying from that junk is amazing. But
he's right though. That's the reason why Rock popped out. Gotta keep the business in focus. Like The Rock was like, shit, let me go ahead and do PR control since I actually have a stick in WWE now.
And like I said, DDT Divas brought this up, and I agree with him too. This is a very nice distraction. But don't forget, they're going through a whole sex trafficking. Like, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That needs to be put out there. Yeah.
I mean, but that's the thing. I don't think it's on. I think everybody isn't trying to ignore the Vince stuff.
Of course they're not. But you're going to have. Don't forget, y'all. Y'all do us all nice. But what we got molested. Anyway. That's
all good just a week ago.
Anyway, that's it. Working Title Sports Show this week.
Yeah. If you're watching this live on YouTube, me and D will be back later on with a movie.
Yeah, we'll be later on with a movie tonight. And I think we can try to do a movie this month to fill in the sports. I'll figure out what we're going to do.
We'll figure it out. And also, if you're watching live, if you happen to be in the DC area this weekend at KatsuCon, come see us. at the BlurCon booth. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun, exciting. Hopefully, it's a nice weekend of no rain, because every time there's a convention at the National Harbor, there's always some fucking rain.
Always something.
Always something with the weather, and it's like, Jesus, can I get a sunny day here at the National Harbor? Jesus.
Yeah, we'll find out. It's gonna be sunny and windy as hell, man. You got Chicago wind coming in the last 3 days.
So we'll see. We will see. But anyways, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back. Peace.
Peace. Super Bowl is over. All of this is